And now the urgent manhunt at this hour. On the front lines tonight, our team right there, the oil burning in the fields of Iraq, the assault on ISIS, the American troops helping, and the attack elsewhere tonight outside a U.S. embassy, this truck barreling right into a crowd. And just in tonight, the verdict in the rape case against NBA star Derrick Rose.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night, and the countdown is on. Just a short time from now, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and their third and final debate. And even before their final clash on that stage tonight, their campaign planes, both right there in Nevada. And let's go right to the debate hall at this hour, because we have learned tonight of Donald Trump's plan going into this evening. And the Clinton team asking the debate commission to step in and change at least one tradition. Something will be different tonight. ABC's Tom Llamas leading us off.
Tonight, tension so high, this tradition has been canceled. The candidates' families will no longer greet each other before the debate. At the Clinton campaign's request, they won't even cross paths. This after Donald Trump lured reporters into a room hours before the last debate to find him surrounded by women who've accused Bill Clinton of sexual misconduct.
These four very courageous women have asked to be here.
Trump's team wanted to seat the women in the family box so they'd come face to face with Bill Clinton on that greeting line. The Clinton campaign trying to avoid anything like that tonight. But other Trump stunts already underway. Trump inviting President Obama's half-brother Malik Obama. Malik, who has a contentious relationship with his brother, is supporting Trump. Tonight, Trump will face tough questions on his claims the election could be stolen from him.
But they even want to try and rig the election at the polling booths.
Today, his own campaign manager contradicted him.
Do you believe there will be widespread voter fraud?
No, I do not believe that.
Trump's daughter, Ivanka, also weighing in.
If he'll either win or he won't win, and I believe he'll accept the outcome either way.
And Trump will also have to answer accusations he sexually assaulted and harassed women.
Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you.
And today, for the first time on camera, Ivanka reacting to that video, her father on a bus bragging about groping women.
I did find it to be offensive. He acknowledged it was as well. This tape was over a decade old. I'm sure he didn't remember this conversation, but was very embarrassed by it. And he expressed that not only to me personally, but to the American people.
But tonight, Trump is promising a brawl, including pointed attacks on Clinton's health and focusing on embarrassing material from the Clinton campaign from hacked emails.
WikiLeaks, I love WikiLeaks.
But now a top Republican saying Trump is playing a dangerous game since the Clinton campaign emails were allegedly obtained by Russian hackers.
What I would say to my Republican colleagues, some of whom may be disappointed by the position I've taken, is today it's them, tomorrow it could be us.
Trump telling me the man on that stage tonight will be a fighter.
Which Donald Trump are we going to see? We saw a much more aggressive, kind of, you were in your own element in that second debate. Are we going to see that candidate in this next debate?
Well, I think so. Look, there's a lot to be aggressive about. She's done a terrible job.
A preview there from Trump himself. Tom Llamas with us live. And Tom, Donald Trump pays very close attention to the polls himself. You talked to him. Does he acknowledge the math tonight and the turnaround his campaign needs?
David, as you know, Donald Trump's had a long love affair with the polls, but that is no more. He now says he's not believing the polls. His campaign knows they are down in several states and how important tonight is. And David, we've just learned of two more special guests by the Trump campaign. In the audience behind me tonight, Sarah Palin, the former Alaska governor, and yet another Bill Clinton accuser. David?
Tom Llamas tonight in that debate hall. Tom, we'll see you in prime time. In the meantime, now to Hillary Clinton and new reporting here tonight, what we're learning about her strategy. She plans to take it to Donald Trump on two major issues repeatedly brought up by Trump. His claim of a rigged election and what Trump has said about the women who've now come forward against him. Here's ABC's Cecilia Vega.
Tonight, Hillary Clinton's team says she will go there, hitting Donald Trump on allegations of sexual misconduct and his claim the election is rigged. Clinton's chief goal tonight, staying out of the way of her own momentum. For 5 days, the Democratic nominee largely out of sight, prepping behind closed doors with her team, knowing how much past debates have helped her in the polls.
I think Donald just criticized me for preparing for this debate. And yes, I did. And you know what else I prepared for? I prepared to be president, and I think that's a good thing.
Clinton's mission? Stay calm and steady, as she did in the last debate when Trump invited her husband's accusers, SNL marking that moment.
4 of those women are here tonight, 4 of them.
No, I'll never be able to remember my facts and figures now. Oh, Donald, no! Get real. I'm made of steel. This is nothing. Hi, girls.
The tension then so high, Clinton and Trump barely looked at each other.
The big question this time, will they actually shake hands when they come on this stage?
With or without a handshake, tonight Clinton's sure to face tough questions on WikiLeaks and her emails, an issue that's dogged her this entire campaign. And she'll be challenged to present herself as a unifier. A preview, perhaps, her new ad with lines lifted straight from her last debate performance.
My vision of America is an America where everyone has a place. This is the America that I know and love.
And Cecilia Vega with us live as well tonight. And Cecilia, we heard there at the top, President Obama's half-brother could very well be there tonight. Sarah Palin planning on being there, both for Trump. The Clinton team bringing their own guests.
They sure are. David, Mark Cuban, reality TV star, of course, Donald Trump's billionaire nemesis. You'll remember he was in the front row at that very first debate. Also tonight, Meg Whitman, Hewlett-Packard's CEO. She is a prominent Republican supporter of Hillary Clinton. David, Clinton's team really trying to get under Trump's skin with these invitations.
Cecilia Vega live in Nevada for us as well. And a list of new national polls showing Hillary Clinton increasing her lead after the first 2 debates. And unless Donald Trump blocks her tonight, could Clinton now be within striking distance in states that have not gone Republican for years? Let's get right to John Carl. He's in the spin room tonight with the states we're talking about. John.
David, for Donald Trump tonight, the stakes couldn't be any higher. If he doesn't turn things around, he is on the verge of not just losing, but losing big. First, Hillary Clinton is leading in virtually all of the battleground states, solidifying her lead in states like Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Florida. And take a look at this. She is even gaining ground in such Republican strongholds as Arizona, Georgia, and Texas. Those are states that haven't gone Democratic in more than a generation. If she can win even one of those states, we could see a landslide on November 8th.
All right.
David?
Donald Trump setting out to change that tonight. John Carl, thanks to you as well, and keep it right here on ABC. For tonight's debate, just a short time from now, I'll be joining George and our powerhouse political team, 9 p.m. Eastern here, the final showdown between Clinton and Trump. In the meantime, we do turn to other news tonight. In a massive gas explosion, neighbors and witnesses smelled gas, and then this. Several of those powerful explosions. You could see the people in the neighborhood then running for cover, and tonight, many injured. ABC's Neil Karlinski on the scene in Portland, Oregon.
Mayday! Mayday!
Seconds after the first explosion, firefighters could be heard calling for help, some of them clearly wounded.
Mayday! Mayday! Mayday!
It was just before 9 a.m. in the heart of downtown Portland. Amidst the chaos, another in a series of blasts, this time caught on camera. Russell Tunis shot that video.
I saw the entire face of the building fly across 23rd Avenue and hit the building across the street.
We got one firefighter down across the street.
The scale of the destruction, massive. Tonight, 8 are wounded, including 3 firefighters. The buildings had been evacuated just minutes before because of a strong gas odor. Witnesses describing 3 separate blasts minutes later. Officials now reporting that a contractor may have nicked a gas line at a nearby construction site.
You could almost feel the noise, how strong it was.
It comes just 2 weeks after a gas explosion leveled 2 homes in Paterson, New Jersey. Residents smelling the gas there too and evacuating before the blast. Tonight in Portland, people who saw and felt the triple blast and made it out unhurt are just thankful no one was killed.
Looking at the scope of the damage, it is remarkable that everyone made it out. 2 of the 3 firefighters who were injured actually suffered broken legs in the blast. The cleanup and the investigation are just getting started, David.
Neil Karlinski in Oregon for us. We turn now to the urgent manhunt at this hour after a school shooting, a suspect opening fire on students as they left high school. ABC's Adrian Banker is in San Francisco.
Tonight, police in San Francisco say they are close to making an arrest after a brazen shooting outside a high school that wounded 4 students.
This was not just a random shooting, and that the suspects didn't come here just to randomly shoot at any of the students that were here.
We're getting more calls from inside, 5 gunshots heard.
Gunshots erupting just as school let out yesterday.
I saw people running through the hallway. I thought it was a joke.
Panicked students running back inside, the school on lockdown.
When officers responded immediately, they thought this was an active shooter because they saw the victims inside the school.
Police believe gang members targeted the 15-year-old student who was most seriously injured. Students still stunned when they returned today.
I think most of them were shocked to see this happen. I went home last night and I hugged and kissed my kids so tightly. I have a heavy responsibility to create safety.
David, 3 of those students have been released from the hospital, and that 15-year-old girl shot in the chest is expected to survive. David?
Adrian Bankert in California. Overseas tonight in Afghanistan, a deadly attack inside a coalition base in Kabul. 2 Americans, a U.S. service member and a civilian, were killed and 3 other Americans injured in what authorities tonight are calling an insider attack. The attacker reportedly wearing an Afghan military uniform. Troops returned fire. The attacker was killed. And to our team on the front lines in Iraq tonight. At this hour, Americans helping the Iraqis in their offensive to take out ISIS. And our team witnessing the oil fields on fire. ABC's Alex Marquardt in one town just taken back from ISIS.
Driving toward Mosul today, embedded with the Iraqi army, the skies darkened. This is almost an apocalyptic scene. You can see the sky right there has turned completely black because all across this battlefield, like right there, ISIS has been setting fire to oil wells for cover. This dusty road leading to a town taken back from ISIS just 2 days ago. We just heard a loud boom that felt like it was coming from under the car. We're told it was a mortar that landed nearby. 3 miles from the front line, a small group of families fleeing the fighting, some with white flags. And in the town of Al-Hod, a crowd gathered around the bodies of 2 local ISIS militants. You can see the people from the town gathered around. They are celebrating a lot, many taking selfies and flashing peace signs. Among them, 16-year-old Ashraf, who tells us that for 2 years, ISIS would come to his house to arrest and execute him. He would hide in his bedroom. Ashraf and his friends now free of ISIS, but many other villages and Mosul itself, for now, remain in its grip. David, Iraqi commanders tell us they are trying to consolidate and even out the front line as they advance towards the city limits of Mosul. It's only then that the fiercest fighting will begin. David?
Alex, our thanks to you again tonight. We are also following a disturbing image outside a U.S. embassy in the Philippines tonight. A violent turn during a rally outside that embassy. A police van right here plowing wildly back and forth through this crowd of protesters. Several people were hospitalized. The driver telling reporters that he was trying to get away from protesters who were attacking his vehicle. Those protesters wanting U.S. troops to go home. And in Prague tonight, a Russian man suspected of cyber attacks in the United States is now under arrest at this hour. Local police cooperating with the FBI in a raid at a hotel restaurant in downtown Prague. Sources telling ABC News he is wanted in connection with the massive breach of user information on LinkedIn. The U.S. has officially requested his extradition to face charges here. Back here at home tonight and to your money this evening and to a new move by the government today to help American families know the fees they're paying up front when they book a ticket. Tonight, the changes and the simple tips for you when to book your flight to get the cheapest fare, especially with the holidays coming. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis tracking your money tonight.
If you've ever waited and waited.
This is ridiculous.
To reunite with your luggage after a flight, your time might be worth some money. President Obama nudging airlines to start refunding baggage fees if luggage is, quote, substantially delayed. No word yet on when flyers will see refunds, but there are ways to save time and money as you book those holiday flights.
You've got all these apps and tools and resources you can use.
For example, Google Flights and the Hopper app, which claims it can tell you with 95% accuracy exactly when to book your flight. It says it can save the typical traveler $50 or even as much as $1,300.
It'll send you notifications when the flights go up in price or down in price and tell you when the prime time to book them is.
Plus, there's Freebird, a kind of insurance for your trip. For about $19, it will automatically rebook you if your flight is canceled or missed due to delays.
And David, one more tip for you. Remember to look at 2 one-way fares, not just round trip. It used to be that round trip was the cheapest. That's not necessarily the case
We
anymore.
used to avoid one way. All right, we're going to save some money. Thanks, Rebecca. There's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Wednesday. The plane crash into an American neighborhood. Rescuers on the scene tonight. The plane just missing several homes, and there is news this evening about the people on board. Also, the verdict just in the rape case against NBA star Derrick Rose will have late developments. And you have to see America Strong tonight. The police officer answering the call, this mom and father carrying their toddler, he'd stopped breathing. The grief-stricken parents and what the officer does as they're watching. We'll be right back.
World News Tonight with David Muir and Your Money. Brought to you by Wjla Financial.
Hey, Jesse.
Who are you?
I'm Vern, the Orange Money Retirement Rabbit from Wjla. Orange Money represents the money you put away for retirement. Over time, your money could multiply.
Hello. All of you.
Get organized at Wjla.com.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
LED, halogen, watts, lumens. I just need some light bulbs.